Mama got the light back. Hi, babies. Mm. We'll get you guys cooled down before we go inside, okay? Your butt okay? Thoughts I saw red. All right, funniest thing happened, guys. So Sarah, which is the oldest one of our goslings, okay? Well, not necessarily the oldest, most likely the oldest, but definitely the largest, literally just chased the African ganders inside. Like, just went full force at the African ganders. Didn't hesitate. I was letting them out to bring them inside, and they used to threaten them. Now, they never really got to them because I would keep them from them. They may have gotten to them once, but I didn't expect them to go at them so hard, like the first time. But they usually don't get to them, right? But this time, y'all, Sarah was ready and came at the African gander hard. Chased them all the way inside and protected their siblings. Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Sarah. There you are, Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. You did so good. Wait, you're Sarah, right? Yes, you're Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hey, now Mama clean that out. Yes, and Mama's gonna fill it up, okay? Come here, babies. Come on. Come on. Uh-uh. There you go, Dino. There goes another babies. Come on, babies. Uh-uh-uh. Get fresh cold water for the babies. You're so cute. You know that? So cute. Hi, Dino. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Righty, y'all. We need to carry this inside now. Watch out. Come on. Heavy. Here you go. You coming, babies? You guys coming? Let's go. Bert, here's your water bottle. Gotta go lock up the African ganders. Can you guys handle the big birds? Huh? Can you handle behaving for? Ooh. So I've noticed that a lot of the fighting actually comes down to come here. Let me get that. You're not a farmer. Ducky. What are you doing? That's not food. Goofball. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna move that over there. Be nice to Nugget, pretty bird. Excuse you. Hey, Charlie, be nice to baby. Pretty bird, you need to stop being on edge, bud. If you stop, I can put the other ganders away. Do you know that? If you stop, I can put the other ganders away. Can you stop? Hmm? Can you be nice? Can you be nice, Picard? No? Come on. Breeding season is over. Give me back my sweet bird. There he is. Hi, pretty. Oh, nope. Psych. Hi, pretty bird. Pretty bird. Those are your new flock mates. They're going to be there every day. And soon they're going to start being there every night. As soon as this weather, this hot, insane weather gives me a break, the goslings are going to spend the night in there. so that they're safe from the other geese, unless I can find a home for these two first, because then I'll set up an area for them with the cage, with the fence in here. But until then, right now, they're spending all day outside, and at night they're coming inside to get a break from the extreme weather so they can slowly get used to it and they can kind of start acclimating. But they're still getting, excuse me, that break in the evening, and it really does make a big difference to have that break in the evenings. Um, from my understanding, a big reason why a lot of animals were dying last year from that horrible heat wave that we had was because it was staying so hot even at night that none of the animals, whether it was cows or chickens or ducks or geese or whatever, none of the animals were really getting a break from the extreme temperatures. Excuse you, Delta. Hi. Come on. This way. And you know where you're going. Come on, Echo. Echo, come on. Echo, there's your brother. Right there. Boy. Oh my goodness, boys. Nope. You're not allowed out. You guys don't know how to behave. No more eggs in there. Hey, Nugget. How you feeling, Mama? Hi, Nuggy Nuggy. Hi, Nuggy. Hi. Hi, Nugget. How you feeling, Mamas? I know it's hot out, isn't it? Mama brought you water. All right, Mama needs to check the other ones. Go on, Squirt. You're molting now too, aren't you, Charlie? So you can tell that Canada geese are molting, or geese in general are molting, because it's like their flight feathers start becoming very loose. You can kind of see how her feathers are hanging like that. And if I were to grab it, see how it just came out, just like that, very easy. It's because it's not really rooted in there anymore. And when their feathers come out, it's kind of like when we lose our teeth. So like when we lose our teeth, the reason why our previous tooth becomes weak or starts wiggling or falls out is actually because the new tooth is starting to grow in and kind of push that old tooth out, or the baby tooth out of the way. And with the feathers, it's very similar to that. Hey, Squirt, you're finally molting. Yay! Yay, Squirt, finally! You're gonna grow your feathers back. Yay! And I'm gonna have to catch you and trim your feathers as soon as you're done, huh? Yeah. So that's one of the things that's probably the more difficult thing, is that I'm going to have to pay attention to my birds molting. Now, the only birds that I really have to trim is, I don't really have to trim my domestic geese because they don't really fly. That doesn't mean they don't fly or can't fly. They just don't, they're not as likely to fly. But with Canada geese, they're very highly likely to fly, to be attracted by migrating geese, geese of the opposite sex, just curiosity, and get themselves in dangerous situations, because a hunter is not going to know whether or not these are pet geese under permits or whether or not these are wild geese. So two of my Canada geese, these two right here, my two adults, they actually have been pinioned, which means that half of their wing on one side is actually missing. The breeder did this. I didn't do that. I'm not going to try to argue for or against it, or justify it, or say that it's horrible. It is a practice that is commonly done. Personally, I prefer it not to be done. I'd rather have the work of catching my birds and trimming their wings every year than having them pinioned. That's just my thing. I like for them to have that balance of having wings on both sides. I like for them to have that other wing to use for speed, for being able to fly a little bit or have a little bit of takeoff. That doesn't mean that they can't fly. It just means it gives them a little bit of power in that area when you trim them versus when you take the wings away completely. Um, None, excuse me, none of my goslings, my new Canada goslings, none of them have been pinioned. Since I was aware that the breeder may do that, after working with the previous breeder with these two, I made sure to contact the breeder before they came to me, and I asked him if he had pinioned them, and he was reluctant about it. He was like, if you want me to, I can, but I'd rather not. And I was like, no, 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 I'm actually contacting you because I don't want you to. Um, so I was very happy about that he wasn't going to pinion them, and that he was giving me that choice to choose a different method of marking them, um, other than pinioning, because in my opinion, pinioning is the second worst version of permanently marking Canada geese or rendering them flightless. There's another version that I've heard of. Now, I've not met anybody who does it, but the other version I've heard of is actually pretty much when you leave them alone, please, my dear, dear Lord, pretty bird, Majesty, can we please go over here? Come on. Uh. Got an egg in here. No egg in there. Leave my babies alone. Ready, bird? Ready, bird. Leave her alone. That's not nice. No. 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 Charlie and Blue. No. Y'all are gonna have to stand up to Pretty Bird, and y'all have to teach him to coexist with him. You're gonna have to teach him. Pretty Bird, they're your babies. They're babies. Stop. There's your babies. You gotta be the papa. Pretty Bird, you're the papa. Pretty Bird, you're the papa. You've known them since they were little. You're the papa. You need to learn to be nice. Charlie, young lady, stop egging him on. That's not nice, Charlie. You need to be nice, Charlie. You hear me, young ladies? Be nice to the babies, Charlie. I don't see any extra eggs in there either. Come on, babies. Uh. Come on. Come on, little ones. I know. Check for more eggs in here while Nugget is out. Nope, no more eggs in here. Wow. Really? Nothing. Ladies, I don't enjoy Easter egg hunting every day. We gotta stop doing that, okay? No more hiding eggs. It's getting a little bit frustrating. Because now the chickens have decided that this bag is like a great place to hide eggs. So I found like 5 eggs in there. But with that one egg, that still doesn't come out the right number for today. Then again, I did throw out a lot of eggs today because I did forget to take the eggs inside yesterday. And forgetting to take the eggs in yesterday left me with eggs that have been out for more than 24 hours. Come on, babies. Come on. Uh. Come on. Come on. Uh. Come on, babies. Uh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, babies. Uh. Come on. Come on, ducky. Thank you. Here. But they're in part. Pretty bird. Goofy. He starts chewing on the door. He's like, let me out. Let me out. All right, babies. All right, everybody's here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There. 4 eggs in a hiding spot. Look at that. 4 eggs. So I've got 1 egg that I know for sure is from today. And all the other eggs, I have no idea. So basically, all these other eggs are going to end up being fed to the cats and back to the chickens. Obviously, unless I smell something off. But if I don't know exactly when the eggs were laid, I don't like using them for human consumption. That's just something that I do. Right, babies? Right, babies? Yeah. Right, goofies. Come here. Mm. Guess I get to cool down. We're gonna go back inside now. Right, let me take this with me. You gotta take this with us. Come on. You coming? You coming? Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. And then I need to go and dump these pools real quick. All right, let's go dump the pools, babies. Come on. Uh-uh. I like to flip over the bowls. So wild birds, in case they come down to come eat leftovers, they don't poop on inside the bowl. You know, so I don't want my birds to get sick. Wild birds. Alrighty. The other 2 pools I gotta clean out tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be another hot day. And from what I hear, Wednesday is gonna be horrible. So, yeah. I'm really hoping that we'll end up getting a storm to cool down things over here. So these I dump every day. And then the larger pools I do every other day, which is super, super annoying, especially when it's like super hot outside. And hi, tiny spider. What you doing? What you up to? Hi, Simba. Yes, you're gonna get some egg tonight. Do you want some egg? Huh? Do you want raw? Dino! Simba wasn't doing anything. My goodness, Dino. She's all stomping, coming over here. She's like, move away. For anybody who's curious or worried or confused, yes, these are Canada goslings. No, I did not take them from the wild. No, you cannot make a wild gosling or goose legal. That is one of the biggest misconceptions when people hear that it's possible to own a Canada goose with a permit. You cannot legally get a permit for a wild goose or for a wild duck. To legally own them, you have to go through a breeder. Okay? So you have to find a legal Canada Goose breeder or a legal whatever it is animal breeder in the US, purchase the animal from them. But before you purchase from them, you have to find out what the federal law is on that animal, and you have to find out what your particular state law is on that animal. And the crazy part about this is that a little bit of research isn't going to be enough for this. We're talking years of research on my part to figure all of these things out, for me to learn all of this. This is one of the reasons why I bring this up a lot and why I make a lot of videos about it, is because so many people don't know anything about Canada Goose laws. All they know is that it's illegal to own them, which is not incorrect. That is not wrong, but it's an incomplete statement. It is illegal to own Canada geese when you don't have a permit. It is illegal to own a Canada goose if you take it from the wild. You cannot legally own a wild Canada goose, but you can, in the US, legally own a captive bred Canada goose. Assuming, again, goes into more detail, assuming that one, your state may or may not, like that breeder has to have a license in his state or her state to breed Canada geese and to sell them. So it's not just breeding, it's also selling. The heck is jumping around over here? I swear I just saw a freaking frog. Up, nope, that's a roach. Or, as they like to call them in Texas, water bugs. Very common in Texas. This is big roach thingies. But I'm telling y'all, I've gotten into arguments. Come on, babies. I've gotten into arguments with my neighbor. One of my neighbors, she's like, it's a water bug. And I'm like, it's a roach. It belongs to the family of roaches. And I've done my research about it because I was really confused because people kept saying they're not roaches, they're water bugs. Yeah, it's a roach, but they're called water bugs here. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, you got to make sure that the breeder is legally breeding Canada geese. And then to top it off, you got to make sure they're legally selling Canada geese, because those are two different permits. To legally own Canada geese and to legally sell Canada geese are two different versions of a permit, like two different kinds of categories, okay? The law may allow you to keep them, but you may not be allowed to sell them, okay? So there's a federal law involved, and then there's state law involved when it comes to Canada geese specifically, and this applies to a lot of different animals. So you're going to want to do your research. So in some states, the only thing that's required is the federal permit to keep them. And you don't require a state permit or a state anything to just own them. Okay? Come on, babies. But if you wish to breed them and sell them, you have to have a permit from your state to be allowed to breed and sell them. Okay? So like I said, there's different categories. You got to inform yourself. You got to do the research. You got to educate yourself about it. And I'm going to reiterate and just kind of emphasize that you cannot legally own a wild Canada goose unless you are literally a sanctuary, as in you have that federal licensing for wild waterfowl, for migratory birds, and you are a sanctuary who generally takes in wild animals, and you have those, like that paperwork from the feds and from the state that allows you to do that. You can take in animals that like are unable to be rehabilitated. So like animals who are unable to return to the wild, those sanctuaries are the places that can take those animals, regardless of what species they are, whether or not they're local species or species from overseas or whatever. Those places can take them if they have the proper licensing and permitting. And then the only other person that could potentially have a wild Canada goose would be a rehabber. Now, a rehabber, there's also restrictions. Technically, a regular rehabber cannot have a Canada goose for more than, I believe it's 1 week. Now, this is in the state of Texas, where I was informed this by a local rehabber, that for, and I don't know if this is a law or this is just what the local wardens do or what the local like rehab people are doing and what they've accepted in this local fish and games area, how they're managing it, because we don't have a lot of waterfowl rehabbers here. Um, Big Bird Dino, you cooled everyone down. Good job. Come on, babies. So you, as a rehabber, you can keep the animal for a period of time to rehabilitate them. So that's the key word here, is to rehabilitate them. You cannot. Hey, Simba, I'm not going to forget about you, buddy. What is that? You got stuff in your fur. I'm going to have to brush that out again. Dude, you're such a crazy kitty. You're such a good cat, Simba. Good boy, Simba. Come on. Come here. Eh. Come here, Simba. I don't want them to bite you. Come on. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Simba. Good kitty. Come here. You got something right there. Got some in your fur there. Jeez, boy. What are you getting into? Huh, Simba? I think I need to worm him. I think he might have worms because he's getting lots of food, but I feel like he's been losing weight lately. So, I don't know. And they get a lot of fresh food. So they get like real meat and like they get a lot of good food. So he shouldn't be getting skinnier. Maybe he's just shedding and so it's just looking funny right now. But anyway, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't play with my bowl. That's your food bowl. That goes inside. What's up, Decky? What's up, Decky? You guys ready to go inside? Okay, let's go inside. Dino! Like I'm gonna hurt you. Don't flinch away from me, Dino. Yes, you, goofball. Yeah, I can keep them apart. The other four got dirty. I know the clean one is the one that I know was late today. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, also, when it comes to specifically Canada geese, and I speak from experience, I'm telling y'all, the local wardens, the local fish and games department, even the permitting department in my area, they know nothing really about the permit process for Canada geese. Like many rehabbers, they believe that, or many rescue people, they believe that owning Canada geese is inherently illegal and that there's no way to legally own them unless you are a rehabber or a sanctuary. And it's simply not true. Okay. Sorry. I have special paperwork that allows me to keep Canada geese because I got them through legal means. And I got them from people who have legal paperwork here in the US to breed them. Okay. And those people are regularly visited by their local fishing games. They are inspected. Their local. Well, I guess I caught a beetle. Hi, you can go now. Anyways, their local wardens come and visit their facility, their property on a regular basis. Come on, babies. Come on. And they have to upkeep that permit. They have to continuously make sure that they're following the laws to be allowed to have these animals. So it's not like it's just like, hey, you can, or it's not like you can just go and take these guys out of the wild and keep them. That is 100% a federal offense, 100% illegal. You cannot do that. If you take an animal from the wild, you're basically, the logic behind it that I was explained by a warden, um, is that the reason it's illegal is because, much like in England, how every single animal is property of the queen, of the crown, and if you take an animal from the wild, you're basically stealing from the crown. In that same sense, wild animals in the US belong to every single citizen in the US, and they're supposed to be visually accessible to every citizen in the US, as in they're supposed to be all around every citizen, because every citizen has the right to have these wild animals in the wild because they belong to all of us as a collective. And all of us as a collective have basically made up certain laws over the years. That's the logic behind it. I'm just saying what the warden has told me. And if you take one of the wild animals out of the wild, you're basically stealing from every other citizen in the US. Now, I don't know if that's logical or not. People may agree or disagree with it. I've heard both sides of it with that kind of explanation, but that's the way it was told to me, on why it's illegal to take wild animals out of the wild, what the logic behind it is. So there it is. Anyway, though, I gotta go ahead and get these guys inside. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. I just figured I'd make a quick video while I lock up. And I hope that you guys all have a wonderful evening. See y'all tomorrow. Good night.